What is going on, my fellow champions of the realm? It's your boy Pastor here today, and we are going to be doing another, another Walnut Yellow VOD review. This time we're going to be doing a con, though, instead of a Damba, right? So, this is a ranked game with a party of 3, right? On the map Splitstone Quarry, he's currently playing con. um, so yeah, I mean, maybe a few things we talk about matchup-wise. Obviously, you are the off-tank in this scenario. Um, you actually have an amazing matchup. You really want to be very brawly, because you play really well into Ashe, as well as the Nando, and then you have a BK behind you. So you should have a really good game on your hands, and I really expect you to play up and personal, with the enemy this game. A quick little talk or something to say, I guess, is you are on Stone Quarry, right? Bomb King is going to be strongest, so let me just do this. So basically, I just put K for Con, B for Bomb King, Nara. I don't know who your healer is, but we're gonna pretend. Oh, you know what? I just won't be lazy. We'll look. Okay, cool. Right. So this is kind of how like your rollout should look. Good. This is basically like, I don't want to say like, because I don't want to compare it to scrims, but good enough players will roll out like this with the comp that you currently have, because as the con BK, you want to be able to shove this out together. The Inara wants to help you guys, and as well as be able to contest the point, and Evie wants to go for flanks, blah blah blah, and Damba wants to support you guys the most because you guys are going to be taking the brunt of the damage. The Evie doesn't really need that support, right? So I want to see you in Corey, not only because you have a great matchup into the tanks, but you have a BK behind you. And BK does not get good value unless for the most part, unless he has a tank in front of him, right? So I really want to see you taking control of this area. And once you do get control of this area, typically you really don't ever leave Corey. So your rotations literally should be from here to here for the most part during the mids. And then maybe if you get like a team wipe, you're able to like rotate to their high, or just play down here and dismount from spawn, right? So, but for the most part during point fights, you should be playing from this area, unless no one is here. If no one is playing up here and they're playing like everybody's playing over here on the enemy team, then maybe you can start pushing up and looking for alternate angles. But for the most part, you should have a tank contesting you in this little lane. So. Alrighty, so you go storm of bullets, and then you're going to run HP 3, ammo 4, Hope Guard 1, speed on shout 3, which is into the breach, I believe, and then shout CD 4. So, my typical build, I will never run this card more than 3. I think 3 is the max you should have. I definitely think you should run more Hope Guard, especially with a Damba, since basically when you get healed, like it's a lot of burst, right? So if you get lucky and you have your shield up when you get healed, or let's say you're in communication with the Damba, you can get a lot of value out of that healing card, and I think it's just way too good. But my biggest thing would probably be take a point out of this card, and maybe out of the ammo card. So I would say, 3, 3, and you have extra point, 3, 3. Honestly, if you would have ran a 3, if you would have ran a full 3 build across the board, I think that would have been more value than what you currently have. Because I think Hope Guards is a really strong card, So yeah.
Ashe, she's also pretty good. Knows knockback pretty well.
It's okay. We're pretty good too.
I like the attitude, man. It's okay because we're pretty good. Who is this guy? I never even heard of him. We're pretty good too. I like that, man. Yeah, we're not really gonna talk about them too much because this is for you, but definitely, you should be buying Caught. I don't think you need Brazil, so you're fine. But I do want you starting in Corey. So we're gonna skip ahead here. Oop. Okay, so yeah, all right. So you're rolling out, right? So you should be going to the right, but you do choose to go to the left, right? So, so when you see this, right? Especially as a tank player, you need to be thinking about like map control and things like that, right? Because in all reality, right, this Ashe doesn't have to do much. Um, he's kind of just gonna sit here and poke you, and you're gonna spend a lot of time poking someone who she's just gonna peek this corner. If she's smart, right? If she's smart, she's just gonna play this corner. She's just gonna harass you, and not let you really come in. The only thing though is eventually you will overwhelm them with the EV if EV plays well enough. But you gotta also think that there's a Vic up here getting pocketed by a Corvus, so it's like getting a kill up here is going to be, in my opinion, near impossible, and that's why I would prefer you and the BK to just run through right side in quarry. I'm not a big fan of this rollout. So you instantly lose your healer, right? As a tank, you have 2k HP left, so you're basically at half HP. You're under half HP right now. I would back up, right? You have Shao, you have all the tools that you need to get out. I would just soft reset, even if you're not fully running away. You should be backing up, and you should maybe be poking the Ashe a little bit while you're backing up, just waiting for your healer to come back, right? You don't want to wait till you get low, and then just sit there, because eventually, if you just chill, you will get punished and you will get staggered, right? Right here, I would just back up. Back. Just
What happened?
keep backing, keep backing, keep backing.
Kill
There
me.
you go.
Oh no.
I don't have it, sorry.
Just gonna pretend like I'm not here, you know?
So, you pushed up to the high ground for what? Right? You need to think, when you're retaking, you need to think. At this current point in time, um, you need to either go back here or you need to start pushing right side, right? You have plenty of time, right? They only have 12%. You don't need to rush anything, right? So at this point in time, I really want you to weigh out your options. Should you push back to here, right? Yes, no. Should you push, towards the right side? Plenty of time. Don't need to rush anything. So right now, you should be thinking: do I want to continue to match this Ashe here, right? Or do I want to push Quarry and just completely win Quarry, right? It would help if you were in comms with your BK, because then y'all could just run at stuff. But
I don't have it, sorry.
yeah, got a sniper BK. It's
Just gonna
OP.
pretend like
But
I'm not here.
you do peak high ground, and you get obliterated.
Fuck.
Had no business peeking that. If you would have waited for 1 second more, your Dombo would have full healed you. We're gonna skip this.
I'm gonna play right side.
You do lose your Nari coming off of respawns.
They have so much damage.
So 60%, right? So the first touch is going to either be you or Eevee, right? And since this is ranked and you're not in communication with the Eevee, always assume he's probably not going to touch unless he tells you he's going to touch, right? So you need to, in my opinion, probably go left here and set up for a touch. What I would do is I'd go left, I'd go up this ramp, and I'd wait, touch, and then maybe dash right off, right? Depending on which side I feel I need to play. So here, dash there, or here, dash there. But you should be looking to get the first touch here so that your team will get another fight in, basically. So, this current moment, you're just spamming down mid. This is really not doing anything. I want you to gain ground. Right now, you just wasted your dash on right, and then Anara's not going to get touch here because she's just got respawned. So now you guys don't get a refight, right? So, Eevee went for it, but like I said, it's ranked, and this guy went like way too late, right? So like I said, assume that he's not going to get it in ranked, right? And you need to get the touch for him. Unless someone tells you, I got it, you got to go for it. Most of the time, when it comes to touches, the touch priority should be 1, 2, 3, right? Reasoning for this is because obviously the main tank gets basically a guaranteed touch if they play it correctly. Eevee, same thing. And most of the times I would say Eevee's 1, but if she doesn't have to touch, just let the Inara touch, right? And then Khan as the off tank has 3, because in all reality, if the main tank can touch as the off tank, you want to be taking a lot of space into the off lane, right? So yeah. But as you can see, you don't touch here, and you do lose this initial mid. So you're here, 35%. You're nowhere near ult, so you got to start farming it up. Also, you want to try to avoid letting your shield break. And then if you don't have shield, like, so as Khan, your this ability is absolutely broken, right? Okay, so this ability is broken, right? And then this ability is pretty nuts too, right? Um, you gotta always keep in mind resources, right? And I've been talking about this a lot lately with a lot of players that I've been talking to. But basically, the resources that you have are your HP. I'm gonna put NR, no, NC, which is natural cover, and then CD for cooldowns, right? So when you're playing con, your main survival cooldowns are going to be your shout and your shield, right? When it comes to shield, it has a health bar, so um, that's going to be like your kind of the way of micromanaging your resource is going to be you never want that shield to break, right? But you want to be able to block damage with it, right? You want to be able to create space with it, right? So you never want it to break because when it breaks, it goes on cooldown, and that is a no-no. Shout, the second you press it, it puts you on cooldown, but it's a very good survival tool. So um, typically you want to 100% use your shield first and then use your shout. That's going to be kind of the CD resources, natural cover. Basically, like for example, this doorway, this wall right here, right? This little area. This area will never break, right? It will never disappear, right? And for the most part, enemies cannot damage you through it unless it's like a general assault, things like that, right? So this wall is your best friend, right? At any point in time, if you were taking way too much damage in this door, you can hide behind this wall, clear caught, and get healed. And the only thing the enemy team can do most of the time is walk through this doorway to peek you, right? Which will give your team an advantage because now they're peeking into you, right? Into your team. So, and then HP, obviously, this is your resource. When it runs out, you die. So, you want to balance your HP with your cooldowns and the natural cover to get as much value as you can, right? So you're hard peeking this door when you really don't have to, and you're taking way too much damage, and then it's also you're wasting very strong cooldowns as well. So right now you have no other option but to pop your shield and walk back. And I wouldn't be surprised. Well, he has Q up. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy breaks your shield and possibly kills you. Very close. He missed like a shot or two. It could have been bad for you, but yeah. At this current point in time, you don't really have the resources to one, close the gap, right? You don't have dash, your shield's really low, and you don't have shout, right? So don't hard peek this. You need to be hugging this corner and poking, if anything, and then maybe think about pushing into it if you have follow up, right? If you don't, I wouldn't do it. Victor will win that 1v1 for the most part. So right here, there's a Victor to your bottom right, as you can see, and there's a Tiger here, and he's ulting. Currently, all the DPS is going to be looking at you. So it's like, do you really want to take this fight here? You could have shouted and just backed out of the doorway, right? These dashes don't do that much damage. He wouldn't kill you with his ult anyways. You would have got healed, right? There's no real reason to force this fight. You don't need to take this fight here. As an off-tank player, a lot of the time value that you're going to get is going to be is going to come from not the damage you do, not the, you know, not some crazy plays. It's going to come from you being alive and you applying constant pressure. Just by you being alive, you apply pressure. Not only because Khan is an amazing tank, like I'd say probably the most versatile tank in the game, but you have an amazing matchup. So when you're alive, these two right here, number one and number two, have a very hard time playing the game. Don't peek this. You need to get healthy. BK should get a pick here. Good trade. Right, boom. If I were to BK in yourself, you get healed. Right? Right now, they don't have any DPS. I would be playing really aggressive here. Probably on the Nando, but yeah. So, look top right, DPS are coming back, right? You have a minute 30. So, if I'm you here, I might actually look for an ult onto this Nando, just so we can snowball this fight, right? If I were you, I probably would have just grabbed him, and I would have just let my team kill him, right? And what that does is, it allows for us to stay up one, and then basically we win the next fight for free. But yeah, right now he doesn't have shield, so probably just burn him. Good.
Nice.
Don't know where the Ashe is. She could be in your backline. Need to be worried about that.
Kill,
You
kill.
get the ult on the
Right here.
Victor. This is nice. Ashe is still there. So hopefully your team can deal with her because you're not looking at her. But yeah, oop, nope. Ashe is going to survive a long time in your backline. Oh, Ashe does die though. I kind of like the pressure that you're applying here. But you're not going to be getting a lot of follow up, right? So I wouldn't be pushing too deep. So about where you're at, maybe a little more safe would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. So as you can see, you pop shout and then you're walking forward. It's like, yeah, you got shield, but you have one and you have about two more people over here, right? So you're gonna have three people looking at you. You don't have shout, and for one of them is a victor. So your shield's not gonna last long. Ashe can shoot over your shield, things like that. It's not a good position for you. You're gonna die here. Yeah. Oop. Wish I could like lock the screen to full screen. Probably could if I did F11, right? Whatever, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. It doesn't matter. You're applying good pressure here, but I don't know. So like the pressure you just created was pretty big. It was really good, right? But at the same time, it wasn't because you were still down two people, and if your EV doesn't follow up with you, or if a fear doesn't come out, they're going to just hard shove you, and they're going to win, right? So the only problem with the amount of aggression that you just applied here is that you're not going to have the proper follow up to play around the space that you were trying to make, right? So they're going to repush into you, and you're going to die or be forced far out, where obviously you just get forced out here, which is obviously the better of the two. There is on high, you have an EV. Right here, you're about to have a shout here, right? So if I'm you, honestly, I'm probably running at their high ground. I want to force out their DPS because in all reality, Anara by herself can basically win almost every matchup, as well as she has a BK, right? So right here, you and the EV should be looking to shove their high ground. If I'm you here, I'm not playing passive. I'm shouting and I'm walking forward. I'm probably saying in comms like I want to push Victor, like things like that, right? Because right now you're taking the poke game. You were never going to be a Victor. You were never going to be the Tiberius in the poke game by yourself, at least. You're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. In our reality, you probably could have peeked your Dombo with your shield up. You do lose BK. And now you're going to go into their backline. You're on the Corvus, going to TP away. Or not. Victor's one. Shout. Nice. You can kill the Corvus.
Their healer's down.
Honestly, yeah. Like, I would have been playing behind this stone. I would have just been playing for my life here, in all reality. But you are going to die here, though, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, they're going to hard chase you. Bam. But I don't know what they did, and they messed up their touch, so very lucky, very lucky. Alrighty, so when it comes to buys, honestly, you should probably just be buying Caught 2 here, and a little, I would say buy, should you buy Brazil 1? Probably not. You probably should just save up for Caught 3, then invest into Brazil. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I'm gonna play on the
So,
right side.
I'm pretty sure Ashe has her ult, right? So your number one priority with your ult is probably going to be pulling the Ashe, right? Whether she dives your backline, or when she slams, pulling her out of her ult, right? And throwing her into the spinner. Another thing you could do is if you're able to kill her very quickly, without having to use your ult, right? You can use it on her way back or use it on somebody else, since you do have tools to mitigate how much value she gets with her ult with BK stun and Poppy, as well as the Damba Fear, things like that, right? So, but I would say your number one ult is going to be looking for Ashe, like pulling her out of her ult.
At the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
We're gonna push.
So let's see. So you do decide to go right side this time, which I like. Nothing's there. In all reality here, look, you don't dismount, and here's the reason why. You don't dismount because your mount is the best mobility in the game, and you could literally, quite literally, get all the way to their high ground without being dismounted, and you could cause so much disruption, right? You could literally go up to their high ground, shoot, 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 shoot. Victor turns on you. You don't give a shit. You can literally grab Victor, throw him at the point. Like, here you go, free snack for your Nara. You know what I'm saying? Free snack for your Eevee. Like, basically, you could do a lot of crazy stuff. You know, let's say Tiger tries to meet you one on one. You don't care. You grab Tiger, you throw him into the spinner. Like, right here, you should be looking to go forward. You don't need to be poking this Nando here. You do grab the Ash here, which is nice. Bam, she is dead. But now you need to think that you need to 100% win this fight very quickly, because when the Ash gets back, she's going to have ult, right? You don't want to allow the Ash to ult for free in the backline. So big fear, huge fear, brother Dama. You should get a double kill here.
Ult.
Right here, Ash has respawned. Dama does lose his life for that fear. Oop. So right here, what I would do is I would rotate. All right, I want you to get around here. This seems like you're rotating now. Right, like you don't have a healer. Oh, your healer actually did just come back. Oh,
Got a heal for you?
very clutch heal. Right now, you really don't have a real way of getting the Ash. So now they're going to win this fight. You need to reset. Here, 100%. They should win this fight. Doing a good job of appealing for your Nara, but they are going to gain a lot of space for free.
Backing up. Tib on right.
The Nara does die here because she didn't back up appropriately. Ooh, you had your back to the whole enemy team, the people that were actually looking at you, and you heard her wind that up. So you have to turn around quickly there. Yeah, I would have really preferred for you to back up to like this area that you're looking right now. Instead of backing up through this doorway here, I would have really preferred to see you back up here, wait, and then come back in when you're needed, or when you. Oh my God, when you have to. Sorry for flashing the screen on you. All right, so it is 1-2. If I'm you, I'm looking for an ult like right now. I want to grab somebody, and I want to just run at their spawn. Right, I don't want them have any type of chance of breaking this choke. I want to grab somebody immediately. Bam, grab Tiger. Grab Tiger, grab Tiger. There you go. Beautiful. Burn Tiger, burn Tiger, burn Tiger. Also, throwing people into the wall does damage, so once he's like low enough, you can just throw him into the wall and get yourself the damage. Shout there to mitigate the damage there. Run, forward, forward, forward. I want to see you running at their backline. Go. You are not afraid of nothing. You are better than them. Go forward, forward, forward. Go, go. They are down Tiger. This is a free Victor kill. Dive. Go, go. If you dash off this high ground, you and Eevee kill the Victor. You need to understand that you are currently at an advantage. Either you are pushing the tanks, which was probably your #1 priority there, killing the Ash, killing the Nando there, very low, you counter them, or diving the Victor. You need to press their team when they are down. Why? Basically, you need to understand when you have opportunities. When you kill that Tiger, you have about a 12, I think it's like a 10 to 12 second, maybe a little less, basically window to make something else happen, right? Because if you don't, Tiger comes back and that ult means nothing because you really didn't gain anything out of that other than wasting time, which is good, but you could get even more value out of that. So your BK does lose his life here, which is unfortunate.
They hurt a lot.
Who's behind you? One of the tanks needs to be watching underneath. Eevee does get a freeze on somebody. It should be a free. Oh no! Focus on her. Focus on her. Oh, where's the Victor at? Yeah. So you do tunnel vision a little too hard on the Ash. I wouldn't have chased her so far, especially with the Tiger jumping into your backline. But your team does end up trading you for the Tiger, but I don't think that's a really good trade.
Victor behind.
Shield, shield, shield. Oof. So instead of backing up all the way here, you could have just sat in this corner, right? The difference between you backing up here and you backing up here is the time that it takes you to get back in the fight is a lot longer when you do the thing that you're doing now, right? You got to understand that right here you are safe. Not only are you out of LOS of everything, right? But you have two people that are basically peeling for you when you're there.
Victor's downstairs.
Nar's gonna die no matter what, right? So you can't take too much space here. But you are taking a lot of damage from this Victor. So right now, when you're standing in this gourd, if you're not doing anything, put your shield up. There's a reason why you have Hope Guard in your build, right? It's basically Rejuve 3 for free, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta make sure that we're abusing it. So right here, you're not really doing anything. You're playing way too passive. You need to have a goal in mind, right? Are you going into their backline, or are you taking the high ground, right? You need to do one or the other, right? And you need to make it happen. But you're being very indecisive right now. Where was no TP, huge kill, bam, no heals. 25 seconds. You probably don't want to use your ult here because your ult's going to be very influential on mids. Axe is very low. Grabber, nice. Should die here. Huge. Damn. So there should really be no reason why you lose this mid here. They are pushing the cart, but you honestly don't have to turn for it because I'm pretty sure Eevee can probably contest for a bit, and then Inara can get on. So you maintaining pressure up here is very good. Don't take too much damage though. And Nando ends up wasting his ult. That is the second time Nando has thrown. Alrighty. Not only did he mess up touch, but he doesn't have ult now.
I used my fat ass to body block him in there.
Yo, Eevee, try to play with me more. I can keep you alive a bit better than you just going in alone against Victor and Tiberius.
Our reality, Eevee should be playing alone here, and the BK should be following you like literally like you're a dog, basically. Like he needs to attach a leash to you and literally like follow you everywhere you go. Like there needs to be a tether there. You guys need to be doing everything together. BK Khan need to be butt buddies this game, and it's not happening.
I'm gonna try to hold down the right side, maybe get an ult off, and then I'll push off if we
Because
can.
in all reality, like by
Actually,
you
let's
giving.
go left. Because the right
Oh,
is where
what
Ashe
the
needs to go.
He said, "Let's go left." No,
Yeah, sure.
no. Give a BK.
Also, if you can, get master riding. It's really helpful.
Okay, got it.
You do get a pull here, but you it's
Shit.
just like that's such a risky pull. You know what I'm saying? In our reality, if you would have done that, if you would have did that pull from the ramp, it would have been so much better because you while you're doing the grab animation, you could like. So one thing I want you to know is that once you land the grab, instantly turn your camera right and start spam clicking your throw at the lava because you don't have to be looking at it for the throw to go that way. Whatever way your camera is, like your crosshair is pointing, as long as when you start spamming it, it will instantly throw them there. You don't have to like walk at it. If the throw is there, it's there. And by you standing on the ramp here, the angle for the throw is basically unmissable. From here it is because there's a lot of like, clipping and stuff, but from the ramp, it's basically you can't miss the lava. It's just, okay, yes, doesn't matter. We are coming back here.
Dump, I'm coming. Stay alive.
So right now you're down. At this point, I went hard engage. That probably could have been better. Grab the Nando, grab the Nando. Don't let him out, don't let him out, don't let him out. No, that's a free kill. There's a Victor behind you. But one thing about playing off tank, right, is like most of the times you have no room to hesitate, right? You need to like react instantly, because it's such an impactful role that if you're not able to make those split-second decisions, you're going to notice,
We can't go
like
left.
you're going to notice like
Too much splash.
the impact
Splash
just like
bounces.
disappearing, you know. There should Get eliminated here, nice. So now, okay, so it's like a 7-second timer. 4 seconds before he respawns, starts making his way here. So I would probably look for the Ashe, right? And then, so then the second he comes back, Ashe should get eliminated, and it should slow down their push immensely. Look to your left, look to your left, look for the Ashe. She's gonna knock you off high ground. Oh, she's gonna get away. You could have punished that Ashe. You can punish this Nando too by grabbing him, but what a BK ult. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so you're down 1, now you're down 2, and now you're in their back line. At this point in time, you're probably not gonna get out. It's just the distance that you have to cover to get out is just way too much. So at this point, I'd probably look for value in their back line. What I would do though is I'd probably stay in LOS on my Damba, because all the damage that I take, I want him to get ult charge from it. Out, Shao, get out, get out, get out, get out. Honestly, I would just, yeah, sit on the point. The second the shield gets popped, you grab him. Oh. Do you get out of here? Oh, I don't know how this happens. You're gonna get dove though. Oop. Oop. Amba dies here. Like you guys were gonna lose anyways because it was a very staggered fight. It was like, I guess it's fine though because you should get your ult here. Make sure you build your ult. There's
Save
no.
ults if possible.
Yeah, yeah.
She's gonna hit her head. Yep. She messed it up. She could have gotten the biggest stun of her life. But still get value. So here, okay. So here's the thing. You were down. You were down both of your DPS, right? You as Khan need to get a kill right now. You are to grab this tiger and throw him into your spawn. Ashe ult's about to run out. Anara is gonna have no problem dealing with the tanks for the most part. You are to grab this tiger right now and put him in your spawn. Grab, 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 grab. Don't grab. He's gonna live for way too long. He ends up killing your Damba because you don't grab him. And then you run deep without your DPS being up, and now you're going to get absolutely obliterated. Unfortunate. GG. Go next.
Alright, use ults, use ults.
Use ult, my guy. You needed to use your ult. You are going to lose this game because you didn't lose your ult. I mean, you didn't use your ult, right? It's like at this point in time, you using your ult created an opportunity for this game for that round to be winnable. The fact that you don't get your ult off means that it's no longer winnable. So I feel like the biggest things that you can improve on in this game is like your game sense when it comes to Khan. It needs a lot of work. You need to understand that like that game, your draft was 10 times better than their draft. Your matchups into their tanks, amazing. You had a BK that you and the BK could have just ran through Quarry. No one can contest you. It is so hard to contest Khan BK as almost any tank because Khan just walks through most tanks in general, right? It's like the Ashe going left doesn't matter because who is she going to dive? At the end of the day, she'll probably get dismounted by the Eevee or something, and she's going to have to walk her little butt all the way to you, or she's going to have to dash to you. And it's like, okay, well, now he doesn't have dash. He's killable, right? It's like you need to understand where like the strong points of the map, where your character is strongest, right? Things like that. But as well as just, I kind of feel like a big thing too is like, you're not really seizing opportunities. You're getting advantages. Your team's getting picks, right? But you're not really pressing the issue. In games like these, not like Paladins, it's just like in the genre as a whole, right? When you get an advantage, you have to be able to find more value after that, right? You can't, whether it's gaining more space, whether it's turning a soft zone to a hard zone, whether it's getting another pick. Like there's so many things you can do. But if it's just pick and then nothing and then next fight, and it's like, okay, well, you need to be getting some sort of value out of every fight that you get. When you win a fight, it's like, for example, like let's say you won the lottery but you didn't claim your money. That doesn't make sense, right? You need to make sure when you work for something, when you work to win that fight, what are you getting from it, right? If you're not getting anything from it other than maybe like stalling them for a couple seconds, that fight didn't go as well as it should have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess like I said, big key points, right? Understanding your matchups and when you are literally like this game, you literally should have been like the apex predator. Two, game sense with as an off tank. It's not easy. I feel like off tank's a very difficult, complicated role. As well as understanding, I guess, fight win conditions. Um, whether it's resetting so that you can take another fight, whether it's hitting a certain ult so you can just insta win, right? Um, and understanding what parts of the map to control to win fights, things like that. And yeah, alrighty. So for all you boys and girls watching this video, if you enjoy it, please leave a like, comment down below if there are any type of videos you would like to see. Obviously, if they pertain to educational things, Paladins wise, or maybe even Apex, whether that's guides, tutorials, or even coaching. If you like my content, want to keep up to date with me, man, hit the subscribe button and never miss a video. But without further ado, man, I'm gonna head out. Peace out, everybody. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Alrighty.